everybody, welcome to another episode of Exploring Photography right here on Adorama TV. I'm Mark Wallace, hanging out with Sierra Olsen. She is a photographer friend, a fantastic photographer, but she's also a model if I call her up and beg her. So thank you for being here, Sierra. Today, what we're doing is we are flexing our creative muscles. In other words, we're just playing. We're gonna figure out some stuff. I have scrounged around in my photo gear and just pulled some random things out that I think we can use to create some portraits. And we're gonna do this in my living room. We're not even in a studio. And so the point of this is to just try new things and give ourselves permission to fail. That's a very important part of this exercise because if you're not giving yourself permission to fail and just not succeed at all, you won't push yourself and try things because you think, I've got to get an image. But if you just give yourself permission to not have to have an image, you'll be able to fail and try new things, and I think you'll succeed. So, what are we using? Behind us here, we have a Westcott 7-foot parabolic umbrella. It's just a giant umbrella, and because I thought I don't want to use a seamless paper anymore or build a set or something, we're just going to use that. I think the lines coming out of that could give us something sort of science fiction-y or dramatic or like speed lines and anime, I don't know. But we're gonna use that to start with. We also have this Halo 16. I think we did a video a week or two ago about this. It's an LED light, and so that's gonna give us some really cool catch lights in Sierra's eyes, and I think it will mimic the shape of the umbrella. That could be cool, I don't know. And then also I pulled out my PavoTubes. Now, if you don't know what PavoTubes are, they are LED tube lights, and they come, well, they do a couple different things. So you can turn them on and they can be white, like Sierra's is there, so you can change the color temperature, but it's just color temperatures from 3200 up to 5600 Kelvin as like a normal light would be, or you can do something like this. So this guy here can go to whatever color we want it to be. And so, feels like Star Wars. So we have both options. So we're gonna try to see if maybe the PavoTubes work with our umbrella. I don't know, we'll have to figure out how to rig those up back there. I don't know, we're just gonna try some stuff. So the other thing that we're doing, because we're shooting with LED lights, we need to set our camera accordingly. So my camera is, this is a Canon R5. I've got a 24 to 105 millimeter f4 lens, f4L lens, and I'm shooting in manual mode. The reason I'm shooting in manual mode is the light from the umbrella and the light from the halo light, and we add these PavoTubes. I wanna make sure I can control the exposure on Sierra and then adjust the background a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on what look that I want. So instead of having my camera try to adjust to that, I'm shooting in manual mode. I'm shooting at f4. We want to let in a lot of light. I'm shooting at a shutter speed of 160th of a second, maybe 200th of a second, to try to avoid camera shake. I might use my tripod as well to keep this camera nice and steady. It's got fantastic image stabilization, so I can really get away with being handheld with this camera. I made a video about that, so I've put a link in the description of this video about the image stabilization in this camera, so I can shoot at lower shutter speeds with this guy and not have any issues. And then my ISO is at 320, so it's not incredibly high, but not super low either. It just gives me sort of the sweet spot for this camera. So I think that's all we need to know. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot with the ring light and this umbrella and then see what happens. So are you ready? Okay, before we start, I gotta remember to mention one thing. As we're shooting all these video lights that you don't see, I'm gonna have to turn those off. So as you're shooting, you'll see that the video gets a little bit darker and brighter and darker. We're turning off the video lights so that it doesn't mess up the cool stuff that we're doing here. Okay, now are you ready? Yes. Okay, let's start shooting right now. Well, those first images, those were interesting and fun, but a little, well, bland. I mean, the cool thing about it was the catch lights, the specular highlights in your eyes, those round little cool things. But I've got some PavoTubes, which are LED tube lights that I have attached. And so if I zip around here, you can see I've got 3 of these guys, and I've put them on these crazy stands here. And if I turn these on, 1, 2, and there's another one, 3, I've got these lights that I think could be really cool behind Sierra and give us some interesting looks. I don't know. It's an idea, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give ourselves, again, permission to fail and try it out and see what we get. Before we start, I wanna show you how I've attached these PavoTubes because I've used all kinds of random bits and pieces. So we'll go back over here and you can see that I've used all kinds of Matthews stands, grip heads, and things just to go in here and attach these little guys. It doesn't really matter how you create. The idea is that you create no matter what. And so that's what I've done. We have just a crazy setup here. It doesn't really matter how you get the job done. The thing that is important is that you just try it. Do something, give yourself, again, permission to fail, and you'll probably succeed. Okay, now let's shoot. Well, that was really fun, but I think we can do one better. And so what I have done is I have reversed these PavoTubes. So now instead of facing Sierra, they're facing the umbrella. And to take it up one notch, I have added colors. So let me turn these guys on. There's a green one. This guy right here is blue. And then this right here is red. There's the switch over here. Okay, so now I've got green, blue, and red. And then hopefully what that will do is it'll give us just a little bit more of a creative look. We're gonna play with this. I don't know what we're gonna do exactly, but some of the ideas I have is, we've been shooting through the ring light, but you can use a ring light as a key light just by putting it off axis of the camera. So maybe we'll try some of that. Maybe I'll include the ring light in the photos. I don't know, we're just gonna try stuff and give ourselves, again, permission to fail and see what we get. So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. These images are crazy awesome. I think it was really fun to just come into my living room here, throw up an umbrella, add some PavoTubes, play with color, and just have a creative session. And that's what this is all about. You might not get fantastic images, but I think we did. I think we did get some usable images, but that's not the point. Remember, the point is to create no matter what, to use what you have and just flex your creative muscles, and perhaps you'll learn something, or perhaps you'll create some images that you put in your portfolio. It's a ton of fun. Well, speaking of portfolio, if you want to see some of Sierra's work, she is a phenomenal photographer. I have included a link to her social media, to her Instagram, in the description of this video, as well as all of the gear. You can find what that is and links to Adorama in the description of this video, and my Instagram and social media also in the links in the description of this video, so check that out. Also, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell so you get notifications. You don't want to miss a single episode. Adorama TV, we have a whole team of people uploading all sorts of really fun stuff, so make sure you do that so you don't miss out on anything. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.